In this video, I'm diving into the mindset shift that you need once you hit that $2 million level, the 5 biggest traps that quietly drain wealth from retirees, and a 4-pillar framework that you can use to protect and grow what you've built. Here's what people don't realize. Hitting that $2 million mark in retirement isn't just a financial milestone, it's a turning point, because once you cross that line, the entire game changes. The government, the financial markets, and even well-meaning advisors all start to play a bigger role in what happens to your money. And the scary truth is, most advice out there is still built for people with $500,000, not $2 million. At this point, you don't really have a retirement problem anymore. You have a wealth preservation problem. Reaching $2 million should feel like freedom, but for many retirees, it brings a new kind of anxiety. A study from the Alliance for Lifetime Income found that nearly half of retirees, roughly 46%, say that they feel anxious about spending their savings. Even with plenty of money, the fear doesn't go away. It just changes from, do I have enough, to, how do I make sure that I don't lose it? That's because at this level, you start facing challenges that weren't even on your radar before. More complicated tax planning, potential government benefit clawbacks, market risk, and even legacy issues if you plan to leave something behind. The first big mistake is not knowing your true number. Most people chase round figures like $1 million, $2 million, or even $5 million, but they never stop to figure out what they actually need to live the lifestyle that they want. Your real number is personal. It's based on what you spend, what you value, and how you want to spend your time. You also have to factor in your fixed income sources, Social Security, pensions, or rental income, because those can dramatically change how much you really need to draw from savings each year. Without this level of clarity, the worry never truly goes away. And here's the irony. By the time that you feel ready, you might have oversaved and missed out on the best, most active years of retirement that you could have been enjoying instead of grinding away at work. So get clear on where you want to go and how much it will cost. The second trap is what retirement guru Ed Slott calls the ticking tax time bomb. And I really like that analogy. Many people who hit the $2 million mark have most of their money sitting inside pre-tax accounts like IRAs and 401ks. You were taught your entire life to take the current tax deduction and reduce your taxes now, hoping that in the future you'll be in a lower tax bracket. Well, when the time comes to take distributions, many people realize that they're often in the same or even a higher tax bracket. When you hit your 70s, you'll face what are called required minimum distributions, or RMDs. This is where the IRS says, all right, enough is enough. You're forced to start pulling money out whether you need it or not. And those withdrawals, they're taxed as income, and they can quickly push you into higher tax brackets, raise your Medicare premiums, and make up to 85% of your Social Security benefits taxable. It's not about avoiding taxes altogether, that's nearly impossible, but it's about managing them strategically. Tools like Roth conversions, charitable distributions, and smart withdrawal sequencing can help you control when and how that you pay taxes instead of letting the government dictate it for you. The third trap is portfolio misalignment. At this stage, even small mistakes can become incredibly expensive. A 20% market drop isn't just an inconvenience anymore. It's a $400,000 hit right when you need the funds the most. If your portfolio is too aggressive, you expose yourself to sequence of returns risk early in retirement, when a big market drop can permanently derail your plan. Check out this video where I explain why sequence of returns risk can be so damaging. But at the same time, if you get too conservative, your money can quietly lose purchasing power to inflation, especially after the high inflation we've seen in recent years. The key is balance. You want your money structured in a way that gives you stability when markets dip, and income when you need to withdraw, and growth for the long term. That might mean holding some safer assets like treasury bills or a high-yield savings account, having a portion focused on income through corporate, treasury, or even municipal bonds, and keeping your long-term investments in stocks or other growth assets. The exact mix will be different for everyone, but the goal is to be prepared for any market season, not try to predict it. Some affectionately call it an all-weather portfolio. See the forest through the trees is more than a channel, it's a community. Get a private membership for just $2.99 a month and get perks like early video access. Click that join button to learn more. The fourth trap comes after you've already made it. Once you cross the $2 million line, everyone wants your attention. You'll start getting offers to invest in a friend's business or sophisticated sounding private equity deals, real estate syndications, and all kinds of exclusive investment opportunities that promise incredible returns. But here's the truth. Most of these are illiquid, meaning that your money is locked up for years. Some are fraudulent, and others are poorly structured where high fees eat away at the returns, and in many cases, they benefit the promoters more than the actual investors. It's easy to feel like you're missing out if you don't participate in these deals, but the data is clear. Low-cost, diversified investments generally outperform most of those flashy alternatives over time. The strategy might not sound sexy, but simple often wins. And it's what keeps your wealth intact when others are chasing the hype. The final trap is what I call the legacy blind spot. Once you reach this level of wealth, odds are that you'll never spend it all. That's a blessing unless you fail to plan for what happens next. And studies show that around 70% of family wealth disappears by the second generation. It's not just taxes that eat it away, it's a lack of communication, education, and intention. Legacy planning isn't just about passing down money, it's about passing down values. Start by teaching your heirs how to handle wealth responsibly and make sure that your tax and estate strategies, they work together. Be open with your heirs about what you plan to leave them and why. It can help stop fights before they start and help ensure the careful planning you do put in place isn't undone by some bad advice received down the line. Using Roth accounts, charitable giving, and trusts can help reduce taxes and make sure your money creates the impact that you actually want, both for your family and the causes that you really care about. All right, now let's take a look at 4 planning pillars for those who have amassed at least $2 million for retirement. First, everything starts with your vision. What do you actually want retirement to look like? Maybe it's travel, maybe it's more family time, volunteering, or starting something new. The point is, your lifestyle goals should drive your financial plan, not the other way around. Next, you need to figure out your real spending number. Think of it as your retirement paycheck, the amount that you can comfortably draw without jeopardizing your plan. This isn't about following rigid formulas like the 4% rule. Instead, it's about flexibility, knowing when you can spend a little more and when to pull back based on what's happening in the market and in your life. Now, once you know your goals and your spending plan, then you can layer in strategy. Things like Roth conversions, when to turn on your Social Security, tax loss harvesting, and charitable giving. They aren't one size fits all. They're personalized tools based on your income, your health, and your long-term goals. And the right mix of these strategies can help you stretch your wealth further and keep more of it working for you. Finally, make sure that your investments match your plan and are located in the most productive account types. Every account should have a purpose. Growth-focused assets like stocks or ETFs, they generally belong in tax-free accounts like Roth IRAs. While income-focused assets like bonds might fit better in a pre-tax 401k and pre-tax IRA account. That kind of alignment is what makes your overall plan more tax efficient and sustainable over time. Now, after all of that, the final step is legacy alignment. Once you've protected your income, reduced your taxes, and aligned your investments, you need to make sure that your wealth is protected across generations. This is about more than just what you leave. It's about the kind of impact that you make while you're here. You might choose to give while you're alive, helping family members, funding causes, or simply enjoying your wealth while you can still experience the results. But at the end of the day, hitting $2 million isn't the finish line. It's a transition into a new chapter. And with the right framework, you can protect what you built, enjoy the freedom that you've earned, and create a legacy that lasts. Reaching $2 million doesn't mean that your money work is done. It means the rules have changed. If you own a business and are interested in optimizing your financial planning, you can get started working with me by visiting celestialwm.com and clicking the Start Here tab to schedule an initial call. Still not sure that you want to talk? Well, head over to my resource center and learn more about my financial planning process by watching my 35-minute complimentary training. And make sure to check out this video next for even more ways to supercharge your net worth.